All right, so it's time for a super quick activity. Just take a couple seconds of your time, maybe a minute, depending on how fast you type. All I'm going to have you do is use some of the commands we've already learned and follow a couple of instructions. So somewhere on your computer, doesn't matter if you're using a PC, Cloud9, Mac, doesn't matter if it's on your desktop, your home directory, you make a new directory, it's just somewhere. Make a new folder called Animals. And then inside of Animals, make 2 further new folders, one called Salamanders and one called Frogs. Then, inside of the Salamanders directory, make a new file, not a folder, but a new file called axolotl.txt. Really cool animal. I'll tell you more about them if you're curious after you do the exercise. And then inside of the Frogs directory, add a new file, and you don't have to type this whole thing out. Just type pixiefrog.txt. So 2 files, each in a different directory, and those 2 directories are inside of the Animals directory. So quickly do that. I should mention from the command line, don't cheat and use your mouse. Do it from the command line, and then afterwards I'll have a quick solution, but then also some really fun facts about axolotls and pixie frogs, if you care. They're pretty cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to work on my desktop. So the first thing I'm going to do is cd to my desktop. And then from in here, I'm going to make a new directory called Animals, mkdir. So I could cd into Animals. You can see it appeared over here, by the way. Or if I wanted to, I could make directories from here. I could do make directory animals/salamanders. And that's totally valid. So I could do that, or I could cd into Animals, make directory salamanders space frogs. You can do it in one line. Those are the 2 directories you needed. And if I type ls, I now have 2 directories. So I could touch this file, axolotl.txt, from inside the salamanders directory, or I could do touch salamanders/axolotl, spell it correctly, .txt. And if I type ls, I won't see anything. But if I cd into salamanders and now type ls, I have axolotl.txt. And then for the frog, I'll just cd into frogs and do it this way. And I'll make that pixiefrog.txt. I won't do the entire Latin name. pixiefrog.txt. And that's it. So we have that file there. cd back out. Let's do ls frogs and ls salamanders. Great. Okay. So I mentioned I have a couple fun facts. Axolotls, aside from having a crazy name, have a really adorable smile, as you can see here. They're from Mexico. They were once worshipped by the Aztecs. They have a crazy ability to regenerate, not just like typical frogs and amphibians where you can chop a limb off or something, but their spinal cord can actually regrow entirely. You can cut it in half or remove a section of their spinal cord, and they can heal. They're 1,000 times more resistant to cancer than any other animal on Earth that we know about, and they glow in the dark. They're pretty cool animals, and they're just so cute. And on the flip side, pixie frogs. So my sister growing up really wanted one of these. She is a special sister. And we went to the pet store. They had one. She really wanted one until she found out you had to feed it live baby mice a couple times a month. So we did not go home with a pixie frog. But I think it's kind of hilarious that it's called pixie frog and it looks like this. Anyway, hopefully I distracted you from the mundane reality of the command line, but we're almost to Python.